Good morning, friends. I'm coming to you from Florida. I can prove it. See palm trees. You know, this isn't Minnesota. This isn't where I'm usually at. But I want to share something because I'm in St. Petersburg, and interestingly enough, this is where my grandpa, my biological grandpa, vacations. I think in the winter, snowbirds or whatever. He's a man I don't know. He's kind of abandoned my family. Haven't seen him in years. And that hurts and everything for sure. But thankfully I've had so many good influences in my life that have made up for that. And part of that goes back to my grandma. So I wanted to share just a bit of wisdom because this is something I'm thinking of as I'm renting this nice Airbnb with a pool. See a pool. Pools are cool. I always dreamed of having a pool as a kid. But my grandma said something really wise. So my dad told me this. So everything we have in this life, everything we think we own, is so important to us, right? My dad grew up on the lake, really nice place in Minnesota. And he thought this place would be his forever. He thought, this is never going to go away. And then, years later, he's kicking that they sold the house, I want to say like 20 years ago or something now. And he is putting his feet in the water and he's looking down at the fish swimming around him. The same day he did when they moved in, when he was in, middle school or whatever, went down to the lake, put his feet in the water, saw the fish. It was like a, beginning and end moment for him. And he realized this is a place he thought he'd have forever. And it's, it was not his anymore. And I think my grandma came down and talked to him about that. And they both kind of reconciled that everything in life is rented, right? And that's kind of the key takeaway I want to talk about is that everything we have is rented. Nothing we truly own. This place is rented I'm at. It's as much my home as my home that I own. And in that regard, we should live our lives in that mindset, that our careers are temporary, our possessions are temporary, our money is temporary. Who cares if you've got a big net worth if you die and never spend it on things that matter most, like your family, friends, and those you care about. So take today to just remember that, there's more to life than material possessions. Invest in relationships, invest in spiritual things that matter for eternity, and have a nice day.